Hi, my name is Victoria Beagle, and I decided to do my reading on Anne of Green Gables. Anne of Green Gables was written by Lucy Maud Montgomery, and the story plot is a older brother and sister named Marilla and Matthew who adopt a orphan. Now they think that they're getting an orphan boy, but they actually got an orphan girl, and it was quite the adventure. The part that I chose to read means so much to me because Matthew's character reminds me so much of my grandfather. My grandfather didn't have a lot of money, but my grandparents raised me, and he always did what he had to get me the things that I wanted. Not even the things that I needed. He worked really hard to get me the things that were wants. And this book really reminds me of my granddad. Anne stood among them, her friends, bright and animated as they. But Matthew suddenly became conscious that there was something about her different from her mates. And what worried Matthew was the difference impressed him as being something that should not exist. Anne had a brighter face and bigger starry eyes and even more delicate features than the others. Even shy, observant Matthew had learned to make note of these things, but the difference that disturbed him did not consist in any of these respects. Then in what did it? Matthew was haunted by the question long after the girls had gone, arm in arm down the long, hard, frozen lane, and Anne had betaken herself to her books. He could not refer to Marilla, who he felt would be quite sure to sniff scornfully and remark that the only difference she saw between Anne and the other girls was that they sometimes kept their tongues quiet, while Anne didn't. This, Matthew felt, would be no great help. He had to recourse to his pipe that evening to help him study it out. Much to Marilla's disgust, after 2 hours of smoking and hard reflection, Matthew arrived at a solution of his problems. Anne was not dressed like the other girls. The more Matthew thought about it, the more he was convinced that Anne never had been dressed like the other girls, never since she had came to Anne of Green Gables. Marilla kept her clothed in plain dark dresses, all made after the same unvarying pattern. If Matthew knew there was such a thing as fashion in a dress, it was as much as he did, but he was quite sure that Anne's sleeves did not look like the other sleeves the other girls wore. He recalled the cluster of little girls he had seen around her that evening, all gay in waist of red and blue and pink and white, and he wondered why Marilla always kept her so plainly and soberly gowned. Of course, it must be all right. Marilla knew best, and Marilla was bringing her up. Probably some wise and custable motive was to be served thereby, but surely it would not do no harm to let the child have one pretty dress, something like Diana Barry always wore. Matthew decided that he would give her one that surely could not be objected as an unwarranted putting in his oar. Christmas was only a fortnight off. A nice new dress would be the very thing for a present. Matthew, with a sigh of satisfaction, put away his pipe and went to bed, while Marilla opened all the doors and aired the house.